Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Um, it's about to be tough because I'm gonna have to figure out a few of these things, especially when I'm getting ready to make that change to the other side. Gotta make sure some of this is still working within the fine lines of what we need it to work with. Man. Alrighty. Let's do this and get this out the way as quickly as possible so we can go back to enjoy the rest of our night. Alright. Alrighty. Alright, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Gonna get this done as quickly as possible so I can go back to enjoying my day. I haven't read the One Piece chapter yet, and I think it's out, so I have to read that. And I'm still watching. I'm still going through my marathon of the live action Batman movies. I've reached Batman v Superman, and that's what I'm watching next. I have to make sure I get myself prepared for that. So let's just get this situation with Mark Andrews out the way, get this live stream out the way, and hopefully we can get done as quickly as possible. And everybody goes on about their day. So yeah, gotta get this done so I can get back to my stuff. What's going on, everybody? Once again, hope you guys are enjoying your day. This is kind of just a quick stream here to give an update because you guys know I made that stream on Monday. Let me check my history here. Tuesday. No, it was Monday. It was Monday. Was it Monday? Monday or Tuesday? No, it was Tuesday. Okay, I made that stream on Tuesday. Excuse me, about the Mark Andrews situation. So you guys already knew Ravens and Bills played Sunday for the divisional round. Bills were able to get the win. They won 27-25. Obviously, there was a lot of emotions that went with that game, but a lot of the emotions was directed towards Mark Andrews, who had a rough half. I mean, that second half was rough. Any professional athlete being put in that situation is tough because, he fumbled the ball and then he dropped the 2-point conversion. I think if it was a situation where he got like knocked out and the ball got fumbled, or a situation where the pass on the 2-point conversion wasn't in his hands, like it was just a terrible throw that was on his feet or something like that, that was like low throw or something like that, then yeah, but I mean, he made 2 big blunders that ultimately cost his team the game. And you know how it is with sports fans. As soon as something like that happens, they're angry, they're emotional, and they lash out. So there was a lot of hate that was going towards Mark Andrews, a lot of negative comments that was going towards Mark Andrews, which in the realm of sports is fine. I myself had some negative things to say about him. I called him a playoff bum and said he has not done anything in the playoffs, which is just the reality situation. He has not had an impact in the playoffs. So in terms of the element of sports is fine, but fans always like to take it too far and decided to attack him from a personal standpoint. They sent death threats to him, which, yes, it was true. They sent death threats to him, and they started taking some personal shots on him because we do know he's diabetic, and they started saying take away his insulin, and all of a sudden all these nasty, disgusting things were said about him, and that's just how it is in sports, and it's unfortunate. But what worried me is the fact that we didn't hear from Mark Andrews for days. So, like, He didn't show up. We didn't hear from him. The media didn't talk to him after the game. They tried to reach out to him. He wasn't available. Then they got back to Baltimore. Everyone was emptying their locker rooms. He still wasn't available. And then I was talking on Tuesday. He still wasn't available. Yesterday, still didn't hear anything from him. It was concerning. And then finally today, we got something about Mark Andrews, which at least brought me some relief because I wanted to know what was going on with him. Just AWOL for days. We didn't know what was happening. But we finally got an update from the man himself. He tweeted this out earlier, and I want to read what Mark Andrews had to say, and we can go from there. So, yeah, this is just quick just to put this out here so everybody has an understanding. Mark put this out earlier today. It's impossible to adequately express how I feel. I'm absolutely gutted by what happened on Sunday. I'm devastated for my teammates, my coaches, and Ravens fans. I pour every ounce of my being into playing at the highest level possible because I love my team and the game of football like nothing else. That is why it has taken me until now to collect my thoughts and address this publicly. Even though the shock and disappointment are unlike anything I felt before, I refuse to let the situation define me. I promise that this adversity will only make me stronger and fuel us as we move forward. I thank everybody who has shown me and our team genuine support these past several days. Despite the negativity, I've seen heartfelt love and encouragement, including those who have generously donated to the Breakthrough T1D organization. Even when the moment seems darkest, perspective can reveal that there's still a lot of light in this world. I'm now going to do my part to bounce back and contribute to it. Hashtag God bless. So, yeah, that was for Mark Andrews. We finally got to hear from him after hearing nothing from Mark Andrews for the last 3-4 days, I guess. Because, actually 4 days, because, didn't hear from him after the game, didn't hear from him Monday through Wednesday, now we hear from him today. So, yeah, Mark Andrews, he's fine, he's okay. Obviously, this is something that hurt him personally. As a professional athlete, you take this seriously, and even though us, the fans, think they don't, most of these guys do take it seriously, especially the guys that play at the highest level. And you can say whatever you want about Mark Andrews. He is one of the guys that plays at the highest level. He's one of the most respected people in this game. And in terms of what he is as a tight end, he is seen as one of the best tight ends in the game, which is why it is frustrating for fans when they see that he's not performing at the same level in the postseason. I'm sure that's frustrating for him as well. So in a moment like this, when he has an opportunity to make several plays, he blunders in the biggest moment and ultimately is a huge contributing factor towards his team losing. That's definitely got to be painful because I know he in his mind is saying, if I just hold on to the ball here, if I just make that catch here, everything's different. So it's something that as a professional athlete you never want to deal with. And me, myself, as a fan, everybody else as fans, will never truly understand the perspective that these guys the things they got to go through and the perspective these guys live through when you make those type of mistakes, because we all make mistakes. When we make mistakes, it's not plastered in front of the whole world for everybody to make fun of us. But when you're a professional athlete and you play at the highest level and you make a mistake like that, yeah, especially from the fan base, it's going to be toxic. And I think it was just another iteration of showing how fan bases can be toxic, including Ravens flock. They can be very toxic and very disgusting. That's just how it is. But I was more so concerned with Mark Andrews, just making sure he's A-okay, making sure everything's fine with him for the most part. You wanted to see how he was just as a person, because negative comments going towards him is going to be something that can affect anybody's mindset. I don't care who you are, it's going to affect you. We all pretend that certain things don't affect us, but it does. Now, the good news is you don't have to really listen to it. You can get past it. I'll also say when it's small negativity, I'm going to be honest, small negativity doesn't hurt you, okay? Small negativity doesn't hurt you. But when it comes in waves, that's different. As someone that's a small content creator, I'm blessed to know that I will never reach that level of negativity that will ever harm me. I get small negative comments here all the time, but they're just small. I can overlook it. If I had thousands of people, absolutely thousands of people that that were sitting here and criticizing me, I don't know how I would take it. And in Mark Andrews' case, it's millions, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people that are out there criticizing him for what he did. I couldn't imagine being in that place. I can deal with the small criticism on my small channel. That's easy to deal with. But when you got tens, of, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that are actively criticizing you, I don't know how you could take that as a human being. Then you got to mix in the fact that the media is going to be on your head, and they're going to criticize you beyond belief. I don't know how you'll take it. So that's why I made my stream on Tuesday, because I wanted to more so just check in on the guy and make sure he's okay, and express, at least from my standpoint as a fan, I wanted to make sure that, you know, I expressed to him that everything's going to be fine. Got love for you, man. This is not something that defines you. Every athlete has those dark moments. Some things can happen. It is what it is. Just know you got people in your support group. That's people that love you, people that care about you. Don't let the negativity get you down. At the end of the day, you're still going to be you, okay? The sun's still going to rise. Everything's going to be fine, and the people that love and care for you are going to continue to love and care for you. No matter what negativity is thrown at you over a football game, there's going to be people that care about you. So I was really concerned for Mark Andrews, especially because he was AWOL for the last few days. I didn't know what was going on with him, and I always get scared when that situation happens. You never know what's going to happen, but when an athlete just goes AWOL and you don't hear from him for a few days, that can be concerning. I remember a while back, actually not a while back, like years ago, like back when Derrick Rose was like disappearing at periods of times, it was scary because no one knew where he was at. I mean, obviously, he would come back and say, yeah, it was just family-related stuff, family situation was happening, I had to go deal with it. But when a professional athlete just disappears and you don't know where they're at, it's concerning. So not hearing from Mark Andrews for 4 days was concerning, because I just want to make sure he was okay. At the end of the day, the game's over. There's nothing you could do about it. Season's over, off season's here. You get ready for the off season, start your training process, and go. You take your vacation time, then start the training process, and you repeat it again. You try again next year. The best part about sports is you always have an opportunity to try again next year. So you don't let this year define you in terms of what you can do in the future. Yada yada yada. I just wanted to make sure the guy was okay. So yeah, we got the update. I read the tweet he had on IG. He's fine. He's okay. Everything's fine. And we just move forward from there. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't really have much to say about the Mark Andrews situation. I already said my piece in my first stream. I just wanted to make sure we specified that the guy is okay. He's fine. Everything's all right. And we move forward from there. Not much really for me to speak about here. I'll take a look at some of your comments. I don't think I have much to say here for the most part. But I'll read some of your comments and see where your mindset is, you the audience. What's going on, Frank? What's up, John? What's going on, Tyler? Vesno, what's happening, man? What's going on, Daniel? Appreciate you stopping by. Hope everyone's doing good. Everyone's doing good, man. Everyone's doing good. Did you know our defense has only forced 2 turnovers in 8 playoff games? Yeah, I think there's a clear pattern with the Ravens in terms of who they are in the playoffs. The Ravens in the playoffs, at least in this Lamar Jackson era, defensively, they do a good job holding opponents from scoring highly. They don't give up a lot of points, even though in this game they did technically give up 27. They usually do a good job in limiting teams from scoring a lot, but they don't force turnovers. The last time the Ravens defense has forced turnovers, the last time the Ravens defense was forced a turnover in the playoffs was 2020. Marcus Peters picking off Ryan Tannehill. That's the last time a Ravens defense has forced a turnover in the playoffs. So their defense doesn't force turnovers, and then their offense, they create turnovers. They absolutely create turnovers in the worst possible way. It's not even just picks; it's just fumbles. They can't hold on to the ball. I don't know what it is about this team. Like, you look at it, at least 2020, it was a pick 6 by Lamar. 2022, a fumble by Tyler Huntley. 2023, a fumble by Zay Flowers at the goal line. This year, fumbles from Lamar and Mark Andrews. I mean, ball security just doesn't seem to be a high focus in Baltimore, and I think the fact that still remains to be the case just tells me that nothing's really going to change. And I think I saw something about that earlier, because I haven't been on Twitter much. I'm kind of just watching movies and going to work and doing other stuff. I've been off social media, if you guys have noticed. So I see a few things show up on my timeline because, unfortunately, as a sports guy and a guy that has my channel linked to my Twitter, I am constantly seeing Ravens-related stuff pop up in my timeline. So I think the Ravens had their press conference, their exit press conference and stuff, and basically Eric DeCosta and John Harbaugh emphasized that there aren't going to be any major changes. And when I saw that, I said, okay, so I guess that means they're going to lose in the playoffs the same way next year. I'll probably predict them losing in the divisional round, and this time I'll say they lose to Cincinnati maybe. I don't know. Just feels like they're due for a playoff loss against a divisional rival. Probably next year. They'll probably and it's going to be a situation where Joe Burrow is going to do what Mahomes